Welcome to Title Talk with your host, Drew Wishover, entrepreneur, a published author, and owner of Inspired Title Group, along with his co-host and CEO, Amy Maley. Each week, they offer you some laughs, industry terminology, tips and strategies, along with the occasional real estate professional to help educate you as it pertains to buying, selling, or just plain old homeownership. Thanks for spending time with them. Now, let's jump into today's episode of Title Talk.
Hey, good morning, everybody.
Oops.
Absolutely good morning. Happy Thursday. This is Title Talk. My name's Drew.
My name, I think, is Amy.
We are so excited again to be here with you for another week, and we're continuing our Mental Health Awareness Month, and we brought in another fantastic guest and a licensed professional counselor. She is going to talk to us about all the things that are going on. We're going to learn a little bit about her. How about a nice round of applause and welcome for Kayla. We are so thankful for you to be here. This is great. We've been doing mental health awareness this whole entire month.
I think it's on there somewhere.
We've been having, thank you. Oh my gosh, I'm so shy.
Sorry, guys.
We've been having guests on, excuse me, every week. It has been amazing. We want to learn a lot about you. I'm going to cough. Aim, jump in here, please.
Yes, we're going to learn a lot about you. So why don't you give the audience a little bit about you, what you do there, and your name, all that fun stuff.
Plug yourself up. There you go. Do it.
So my name is Kayla Lucas. I am a licensed professional counselor at Olive Branch Counseling Association, not Olive Garden.
But Olive Garden might be a good place to get something.
I wish I could have breadsticks with my clients because I love breadsticks. But
Dan, they're
Sign me up for the unlimited super
Unlimited
breadsticks.
and not free.
Yes.
So in Olive Branch in Tinley Park, Illinois. So,
You're right. I live in
we're-
Tinley.
Hey,
I
I live
do.
in Tinley too.
Do you really?
Yeah, I do.
That's convenient.
That is
I do
awesome.
too.
Man, everyone lives in Tinley.
We all need to go to SIP one day and have some fun. That's what I'm saying. And how long have you been doing it?
So I have been there since January 2021,
Okay.
but I have been in this field since 2019.
Nice.
Yeah, I started at, it used to be South Suburban Family Shelter, but now it is a new.
Yeah.
So it was working with survivors of domestic violence.
Hmm.
I did that for 2 years while pregnant, so that was fun.
Kudos, babe. Kudos.
In a pandemic,
Yes.
so that was fun too.
Yeah.
Game on.
Yeah.
Now we're fun. Now
Yeah.
it's fun.
And then I graduated and I got the best job ever at Olive Garden now.
All we want is right now.
Oh my god, I never do that.
So you started doing this right at the time of the pandemic?
Mhm.
How crazy was that?
It was really tough because I was actually starting my internship and I didn't see really like most of my clients face to face.
Sure.
We were just doing it
Telehealth.
on the phone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not even video.
Oh, okay.
That's
Just for their
crazy.
protection because it was survivors of domestic violence.
Is that your specialty? Is that your where you
Yes.
like to?
Yeah, so actually trauma and relationships are my specialty. So I do individual, but I also work with couples. I love my couples work. It's like an inside joke
Mhm.
within
Mhm.
The office because
Yeah.
everyone else is couples. I don't know. But I love working with them, which is really funny because when I started, I had no experience with
Yeah.
couples because I only work with survivors.
Wow.
That's insane.
I mean, I'm sure you hear all kinds of, different stories, especially with trauma. I mean, when you're talking about survivors, are you talking about survivors of like war, or what type of survivors are you?
Yeah, so I like to call, instead of victims of domestic violence, I'd say survivors.
That's okay.
I love that.
Because no one wants to be a victim, and it kind of like stigmatizes
Sure.
it, and then they won't come out and talk to people. And I think
That is awesome.
what's interesting is that although I don't advertise myself as domestic violence counselor within my practice, a lot of my clients I have found are survivors of domestic violence. So we'll be talking, and then I'm like, oh, there's,
Wow.
let's
There's
talk
something
more.
in there,
Yeah,
yeah.
let's talk more about this relationship. Tell me about these dynamics. And then, we've been working together all over a year, and I would say about 1/3 of my clients, have either been in abusive
my.
relationship or currently in one.
Oh my. Have you seen in your short period of time, has there been an increase of the domestic violence patients, clients coming to you? Is that been an increase with, the pandemic, people being home more and all those things?
Yeah, I would say that any sort of shift in control, which would be lack of control. So let's just say if people are home more, they lost their jobs.
Right.
That's something that they didn't have control over. So then they're going to put their control onto someone else. So
Yeah.
they are home more, or just like I feel disempowered. I don't have any power anymore. So I'm going to put that power on someone else. Yeah.
I just I mean, you were such a impactful and powerful person to endure that
able to
every
do
day
that.
and
No.
listen to that. I mean, you guys are so great and special and needed in our world today.
Yes.
And for us to be taking this month and really accentuating and bringing to people their attention the mental health need and world. Like, what would you recommend? What would you tell people if they're in that type of situation to finding help? What would you say?
So I would honestly say support is the number one thing. A lot of survivors just feel alone. They feel like isolated. They don't think that anyone else is in this type of relationship. Or the opposite is they've talked about their relationship so much and their friends and family are like, oh, you're never gonna leave this
just leave them
person.
then.
Yeah.
So then they get tired of hearing it, so then they withdraw and then they're isolated. So support is the number one thing. And then also, having your own life and making sure that you're still doing what you want to do, whether that be catering to your children or, making sure you're still going to work, because financial abuse is a big part of domestic violence too. So it's not just physical. I would say majority of my clients at Olive Branch, I know. Literally, what is going on?
I watched you slow down as that came. She's going, Olive Branch.
I'm literally gonna do this whole interview. It's
You better
so
go to lunch at Olive
I
Garden
know.
today, okay? Call it a day.
Majority of them are experiencing more emotional abuse
Yeah.
Sure.
than physical abuse.
And emotional abuse is a thing. I feel
Yes.
like a lot of people are just like, well, it's just something that happens and it'll be fine. We had an argument, but I'll get over it. But that is a form of abuse. So if you are going through that, you
Right.
you need to talk to somebody about it. There's abuse has so many different forms.
It-
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you didn't. It's
If you
fine.
guys are just joining us and we're just getting back into our continuing of Mental Health Month and Mental Health Awareness Month, and we're talking with Kayla Lucas, and she is from Olive Branch, not Olive Garden. Why don't you tell the audience a little bit more about you and how you got started and why and all of those things?
Yeah, I'd love to. So actually, I feel like I've always been in this field because my mother has bipolar.
Oh.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I know you would think
That's
that's
something that-
heavy, but it's not.
Really?
And the reason why it's not is because she always talked to me, and that's another thing that I work with my clients on is communication, specifically.
Oh my God,
in
that word again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
relationships too,
Yeah.
being open. So I knew that my mom had bipolar, or she had to go to therapy,
Yeah.
or be in the hospital when I was at a young age.
Right.
So that was really normal for me. So there was never a mental health
Stigma.
So I was always really immersed and around it, and so because of that, I was just like, oh, this is really cool. Not in the exciting, glamorous way, but I just
No.
think that these people who are helping my mom are so special,
Yeah.
and I would like to be a part of this.
Kayla, that is so amazing. Write a book. Seriously,
Seriously.
write a book about your experience growing up with a mom who has bipolar disorder and how that really kind of modeled you to go back and do this and give back and help. I mean, that's such a great
It
story.
is. And the crazy thing thinking about that is you could have flipped that the other way
Right.
and been like, I'm sick, I grew up in this, I can't anymore. But the fact that you were able to see that, notice what the
This
people
is-
were doing for your mom, that you could do that for other people, it is such an incredible thing. It's
Thank
very
you.
cool. It is
Yeah.
very cool that you have that
Really,
strength to do that.
You are super special with just that story, and I think it's so. I mean, it's so great. So many people think, like you alluded to, the stigma of mental health. Oh my gosh, so I'm broken. We're all broken, right?
Yeah.
You lived with it, and as Amy started to say, you could have rebelled so negatively against that, and you stayed together and focused.
Thanks.
What? That's a great story. Write a book.
Yeah, that's really. So,
Thank you. I
so-
will. And I'll
Please,
I'll
please.
put you in the credits.
I want to read it. Yes.
So were you the friend that everybody came to when they were dealing with something when you were younger?
Yes.
Good question, Amy.
Yes, I think that's
that has
something that I'm
been
hearing.
that has been the norm.
It is
And I
like a
still
time.
am, and my friends kind of like joke
And-
about it, and they're like, "Okay, well,
Here's your
we-
$50
Right.
Come take it out.
Right. Right. I'm just like, okay.
I'll
you
listen
know.
as long as we go to Olive Garden and have a
Right. Later.
conversation.
Right. Make sure you give me a glass of wine.
Yeah,
What
so
other
you
questions you got over there, kid?
I guess, what, is there like a story, I know you can't give too many details because confidentiality, but is there like a person that sticks out in your brain? Is that like, I did that, I accomplished that, there was a mountain I had to climb, like helping that person through it? Like, or is every single client you have that same climbing mountain story? If that makes any sense.
Yeah, no. I would say that majority of my clients are that climbing mountain story because they start, and even doing this, like this is something new. You come into the office and you're just like, hey, I don't know what I'm gonna say. I'm kind of shy. I'm kind of timid. But then they open up, and I've seen them
Right.
grow so much.
I'm sure.
And then literally, like I have to remind them, hey, you've done this, and this.
Right.
So even specifically when I talk about my couples, because they're always down on one
Sure.
another.
Sure.
They're always like,
No.
oh, this isn't working. And I'm just like, what do you mean this isn't working?
Yeah.
Like, you guys came in here like, I feel like I was the third wheel. You
Right.
So, like, they just seeing specifically the relationships come together, I would say those are the ones that I connect with, and I'm
Yeah.
like, I have seen the tremendous growth, like the love that they have in their relationship now, the communication. Those arguments don't last as long. It's not like a week and a half that we're not talking.
Right.
Oh, we had a little riff and we talked about it, we communicated, and
That's
and,
so awesome.
yeah.
Communication is so key in not only business but I mean in relationships especially. And I mean obviously that's what you're doing. You're communicating with these folks and kind of giving them some tools to take away, like some coping skills, and I think that's a big piece of what you guys do is teach them how to cope in other methods than what they're used to, like that abuse,
Yes.
right? That physicality or that verbal, and it takes a special person to be able to relay that and make that change within the people, right? I mean that's such a wonderful thing. Is there something that like that you could say that people would be able to say, you know, I think we have something wrong. I think we're broken. I think that is there something that would maybe help people say, I really need to get this out, talk to somebody, because everybody's afraid. Everybody's afraid
Yeah.
to admit they got something wrong, right?
So it's really interesting, and you talked about a specific client, but one of my clients literally just told me 2 weeks ago, they said, no, I think everybody should be in therapy, even if they don't have something wrong with them. Because just being a human, you need to talk to someone
Right.
about
That
that,
isn't
about
your-
being a human.
Right, that isn't your best friend or your
Yeah.
husband or your grandma,
Right.
grandpa. You need
Yeah.
somebody, yeah.
Yeah, because there's things in our world that are going on that affect us, or
Yep.
even little things in childhood that we may not have ever talked about, and it may not be particular traumas, but it's just affect us. And this
Situations
is
that
the,
affect you, yeah.
right? And these are the things that make us behave in this certain way now.
If you guys have any questions for Kayla, you know, certainly throw them in the chat, and Brittany can, relay them. But this is a good opportunity to get some, free advice or maybe a tip or some direction. If you need to get a hold of Kayla, if you want to get a hold of Kayla, please do. Her phone number and information is there on the screen as well. She is obviously taking some time today out of her day to share with you guys and come to you guys and say, look, it's okay. It's okay to not be okay. And I think that's a message that we've been hearing, we've been trying to relay, that, getting out there and sharing conversation and having people talk to somebody to talk to that is not going to judge you, right? That's the
Yeah.
big piece, is you know, oh my God, what are they going to think of me? Oh my God, what are people going to think of me when I tell them I'm going to see a counselor, or what is that counselor going to think of me? Isn't there? So we had a guest on last week, and I think it was interesting because you have to also connect with you, right? The people that you are, your clients, you have to be a right fit for them. So it's not uncommon for them to come in and go, this, I don't feel it.
Yeah.
Do you feel that too? As a counselor, you're going, this isn't working. I don't like you.
Oh no, you can't no.
So you want to know what I tell my clients the very first session? I say, this is like dating.
Well
It's
said.
so true.
Yeah,
Very
and
well
I'm just
said.
like, I'm like, hey,
It's
if
so
you do
true.
not feel like this is a good fit and we're not vibing well together, I will not be offended because I want you to find that person
Right.
who will be a right fit.
That's so true.
Therapy really, I mean, yes, we went to school and we did do the work, and I took an exam to say I'm licensed, but really it's relationship. It's a therapeutic relationship that really, you know, makes the change because
Yes.
you have someone who believes in you, you have the support, and then you're able to feel open and vulnerable and talk to them.
Yeah.
So if you don't have that trust, or if you're like, I'm not really vibing well with
yeah.
this person, it's not gonna happen.
Right.
And I appreciate your transparency with that, because I often wondered how many you know, counselors really are that transparent to say, look, if this isn't working, it's more important about your health and getting
Yeah.
you help versus, no, I want your money. I want you to keep coming here and paying me, and I'm gonna do the best I can. And I'm sure that those folks are out there, and those are not the folks that, you know, are sitting here with us talking and we're dealing with. I mean, it's a tough space for people to first of all admit and come in and take that step, and then
Yeah.
go, okay, this isn't working, and then have you be transparent, going, it's okay, it may not. If it's not me, let it be somebody else.
Yeah.
But keep doing this.
Right.
You got a
I
question
will-
over there?
I
Okay.
will say something about like the good fit.
Yeah.
So on paper, and then when you just meet someone, you may not think it's a good fit.
Right.
And then we'll share one of those stories. So obviously in 2020 everything was crazy, and then, you know, just with our political climate and what was going on with, you know, everything with George Floyd and all of the riots and everything. And so I had a police officer, and obviously I'm a black woman and he was a white male.
Yeah.
And he was a police officer. So you would think that we would not be a good fit because you sit
Right.
down and you're just like, yeah, it's
Right.
not gonna work.
Yeah.
But I would still say give it about 3 sessions.
Yeah.
And you
Okay.
want to know, I still see that person.
Good
We
for
are,
That
like
is so
sometimes
cool.
we talk about work together, our relationship.
I just got goosebumps from that. I'm not even kidding. It's so.
She really does.
I'm not even just saying that. Like, it's very cool hearing you say that. It's
No.
like this don't judge a book by its cover, and
Yeah,
like people will
literally.
be open. Yeah.
And I'm 100% sure as soon as I opened the door and I said, "Welcome, hey, come on in," he was like, "Oh."
Oh.
Right.
But I said the same thing. Hey, it's like dating. If this doesn't work, but it worked.
That's so.
That is really cool. That is really cool.
I mean, you've shared some really, really deep and good stories, and been totally transparent. I do say that you should write a book based on the whole mom thing. That is, you know, God bless that, because that is just its own conversation in itself. Just growing up under that pretense and knowing what that is like, and having to endure that. Anybody that has had to endure some of those diseases and disorders, it takes a real special person to work and live through that, and just function every day. And people just take for granted that, you know, you look at that person, you immediately judge them, and it's sad because you don't know what's going on behind that.
Yeah.
And you know, you tell them this, and I think that if you guys want and need somebody to talk to, if there's somebody out there that maybe you know that could benefit from Kayla's professional counseling, I just, it's great to admit and take that first step. And if we impact one person through this entire month to go get some help,
Yep.
our job is done. We did this, and
Right.
I'm just excited to be doing this each and every week, and I'm excited to have guests like you and professionals like you out there really trying to help our community to, you know, to be better. So in wrapping this up and
Wait,
then
I got one more.
Yeah, I know. I do too. But
No,
go
mine
ahead.
isn't easy one. What
Go
do
ahead.
you do when you're not helping people? What's your
I feel
downtime?
like, oh my gosh, I always feel like I'm helping people. So two things I would say. One, well, when I'm not in the office seeing
Yeah.
clients, I actually have community education workshops, which is basically this interim between therapy and not seeing a person. So what that is just having, like, going to libraries, different park districts, churches.
Seriously?
Yeah.
That's
And then talking about specific mental health things. So in the fall, it's going to be parenting. October is Domestic Violence Awareness
Yeah.
Month, so we will talk about healthy relationships. And then November, December, stress management, because we are, it's
Do you have to
holidays.
sign up for these, or do you just show up? Like,
you
No,
should,
yeah, so they're all within the community.
We
yeah,
should
and
do
we-
it.
Tinley?
Yeah, no, different community. Tinley too, but different communities.
No, for real.
yeah.
I would be really interested in
I,
coming
I think
to
Inspired
see you
would
do this.
absolutely love to kind of support you in some of that stuff.
Thank you
So when you start doing these, keep in touch. Let's
Yeah, for
let's
sure. Let us know
We'll
whether
come
it's
out.
no, we will be there.
Absolutely.
great.
We'd love
No.
to support
That's
Yeah.
really
your
cool.
mission and what you're doing because we believe in it as well. And
100%.
our hope and dreams and goals are to continue to get out in the community and do more than
Okay, well,
what's bigger than
stop
us.
talking. I want to hear her talk a little bit more. Just a little bit more. Okay, so you're out in the community.
Yes, and then personal.
Sorry, no offense.
No.
None taken.
None when not specifically helping is
Yeah.
I have a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old, 2 boys, Azaric and Ezra.
So they don't keep you busy at all.
Yeah. That is.
Well, congrats on a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old that you are managing as well.
Right.
That's awesome. That's really
Thank
great.
you.
Do you want to ask a question?
No,
now?
I'm done. No,
You were like hush, 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 hush.
No,
um,
but you are a very inspiring person.
You
so thank you
are
so much for coming.
absolutely
It was
what we kind of stand for in the inspiration and inspiring. I mean, that's where the name Inspired title came from. It's just inspiring people in the community, and you really exemplify that with just your stories and what you've done. And I can't say thank you enough for what you do and how you do it in giving to the community. Like I said, please stay in touch because this is
Yes.
something that we want to
yes.
kind of follow you
Uh-huh.
and see what you're up to and doing, and if there's something that we can do as a team to
Support it.
support you
Yep.
and
Yes.
help sponsor this stuff, we're right behind you in it.
Yes, thank you
We'll
so
bring Olive
much.
Garden.
At least a
Breadsticks
breadstick.
for everybody.
Breadstick. Free breadsticks.
Once again, give yourself a plug before we let you go. Tell people how they can get a hold of you and contact you and all that great stuff.
Yes, so I am on Instagram, simply stated, SIMPLIE.
And I'll add that in our comments
Yes.
too.
I always have to spell it out like that. That's my Instagram, and then my phone number is right there too. You can always give a call, but also Olive Branch. Olive Branch, we are always accepting new clients.
That's
We
great.
have a wonderful team there. Like even if you're like, oh, I don't know about the money, we have interns and then
Great.
non-licensed, but then they already graduated clinicians as well.
That's so great.
Yes.
Please, folks, take that
Mhm.
next step. And if you know somebody, reach out, get them in touch, pass the information along. Let's make a difference in somebody's life. Let's really impact somebody today. And I think this is a great way to do it. Kayla, thank you so much
Thank
for being here
you.
today. You've done an amazing job of telling your story and inspiring. And I'm leaving. Having you leave with. I have a heavy heart in listening to your story, and I do think a book is in your future. Keep
Okay.
doing great things. Thank you so much for being here today. I think we have some
There
parting
you go.
gifts for
How are
you.
you?
Look at that. Look at that. Parting gifts
I'll
for
put
you.
my
much for being here.
Starbucks in there.
Yeah,
Yes.
girl, get some.
Yes. We're going to take a quick little break here while we say goodbye to Kayla. Stick around. We'll be right back with some more title talk and giving you guys some inspiration and sharing some great stories. So stick around, everybody. We'll be right back.
was awesome.
Oh my gosh. We can't stop talking about
Can we
Kayla.
just give us one more minute of
Yeah, I
conversation?
mean, that is somebody that is
I just want to be her friend. I just want to know her. I just want to be able to spend time with somebody that's that passionate
super
about.
sweet
Oh,
lady.
she makes my heart happy.
She really
On a heavier starting morning, that was a little bit of
Yeah,
fresh
yeah.
air that we needed. So
today started a little. I mean,
Hectic.
we've had a great week.
and it's a great week.
It is a great week.
And-
We've been impacted in just kind of
So many ways.
poured into today
Yeah.
with just this week with we just got off of our Entree Leadership Summit.
That if you guys have never really
Oh.
dove into what it means for leadership or what that summit was about, it was about so much more than like leading a company. All these ideas that they talk about do relate to growing a company, building a company,
Yes,
teams, but it's so much bigger than that.
It is.
That if no one's ever heard of John Deloney out there,
Oh, Dr. John is.
I have the biggest
Starstruck.
woman crush on him. He is, if you need a little pick me up or you need a little bit of something else to look into, I would highly suggest looking for a podcast or something
No
from
doubt.
either
He's
Ramsey
great.
or Dr. John Deloney. But yeah, I feel a new inspiration coming into this next quarter, next
Yeah.
half a year. So so thank you for that. It was
No,
it was great.
I like you were saying about John. We what did we talk about? We said, boy, he killed it last year. I don't know how he can top it. Amy and I were blown away at his speak. Nick Saban got to speak to us. Patrick Lencioni spoke to us. Jay Leno. Like it was.
How do you say that guy's name? Waco Jocko.
Oh, Jocko. Yeah.
Jocko. I'm
a
sorry for
Na- a
butchering
Navy
the name.
SEAL.
A Navy
Like,
SEAL who,
He killed.
Shane
Like,
Simmons,
and how the lady that.
It Cosmetics.
Yeah, It Cosmetics. What?
It's
Just-
very cool.
Yeah, so we are full of energy and excited about
So
this.
sorry if we are a little much
Yeah,
on your
we're
Thursday
ready.
rainy morning.
I mean, like I am really ready
Bring it on!
to spill this and share this with our team. We're gonna do some fun things with not only this show but with our team and really just start to really get this title thing rolling and building the whole world. So let's stay on.
And the
here.
Sox game. We went to the Sox
What a-
game. Sorry,
What a great game!
I'm not trying to brag about how awesome our week was. I'm really not.
It
But
was.
it's a lot of really great things that are happening this week.
Well, we did the walk over the weekend.
yes,
We
the
had
Crohn's and Colitis walk. That's how your weekend.
I mean, rain, shine, didn't matter. Great opportunity, great group of people. Did the Crohn's and Colitis walk, and just a great time out there, giving back to it's called taking steps for Crohn's and Colitis for people that have IBS and irritable IBD and Crohn's and then we came into the week with taking some clients and new clients to a Sox game. Made some really great connections there. Looking forward to working with some of those great folks there. And then the leadership summit, and it just we're full.
My eyeballs are crossed and my
Yeah.
brain is full.
And then Kayla, like what?
Yeah, let's continue the week on with Kayla here.
Wow.
That was awesome.
Not knowing at all what to expect, just talking to her a little bit pre-show, and just seeing her energy and her excitement. I'm going, this is a person who
She's
we align
contagious.
with.
Yeah.
Infectious.
Contagious.
We digress. Fun facts, Aim. What do you got today?
Well, I'm glad we had a fun week because it's a very boring day today. Just
Yes.
messing. But it's Blueberry Cheesecake Day.
Ew.
No?
I love cheesecake. Not a big fan of blueberries.
I don't
but-
love blueberries. I'm a
Yeah.
chocolate chip cheesecake person.
Yeah,
Or
definitely.
plain cheesecake, drizzle that chocolate caramel on top.
Definitely.
Sign me up for those.
Mm-hmm.
It is also National Paper Airplane Day.
Ooh.
Many people believe that paper airplanes originated 2,000 years ago in China.
Really?
Yeah. But the earliest known date of the creation of the modern paper plane was 1909.
Okay. All right.
Okay, do you have any guess? The largest paper aircraft,
Ooh.
what its wingspan is. Would you like to guess what the largest
Wingspan. A paper airplane?
paper airplane, paper aircraft
Ooh.
wingspan of,
50 feet.
dang, 59.74 feet.
That's a big piece of paper.
It's a big piece
That's
of paper.
a big piece of paper.
Students and employees from Germany created it on September 28th, 2013.
Wow.
How about the longest flight? You want to try guessing that?
Like in like
Paper
minutes,
airplane
right?
flight.
Time and seconds thing, right?
It was feet
Or
they did.
distance. Okay, so they did it in distance, right?
They did it in distance. His plane flew. I'm not trying to put you on the spot. I can just tell
Let's go. Let's say consistent 50 feet.
226.
That's a long way.
How big is a football field?
300.
300, right? So
Yeah.
almost flew a whole
Yeah.
football field.
70, 80 yards. Mhm.
And finally, the longest lasting paper airplane flight,
What
as
was
far as seconds.
Oh, a minute.
29.2.
Minutes?
No, seconds.
Oh, like woof. That bad boy was caught
It
up.
was
in the
under
wind.
fan. It
Yeah.
was above a fan.
Yeah, that was ripping. Holy cow.
So yeah,
okay.
so those are my fun facts for the day.
Those are great.
A little bit of fun facts.
All about paper airplanes.
Paper airplanes and cheesecake.
Who'd have thunk it? So, today in history, let me talk to you about what happened today, on this day, in 1977.
Okay.
Star Wars debuted.
Today?
In 1977, yeah.
The first one?
Yeah, 1977.
How old were you?
9.
Oh.
How old were you? Oh, yeah, you were negative a
I
lot.
wasn't a figment of an
You
imagination.
were negative
yet.
11.
I was a baby.
That's crazy. So also today, this you got a video. You got to actually YouTube this. This is
Okay.
absolutely funny. In 1993, in the game of baseball, Carlos Martinez hit a ball that bounced off of Jose Canseco's head and went over the wall for a home run.
That
In
would be a ground rule
1993.
double?
No, it was a home run.
But it hit
never
something.
it never touched the ground. It never touched. So it hit.
Shut up!
He was going back to catch it,
So-
and he missed it. It bounced off his head and went over the wall for a home run. 1993. Jose Canseco, unfortunately, was a home run hitter himself.
Oh, that's so bad.
But he's also been more known for that debacle than just
Oh
home runs.
my gosh, I
Yeah.
don't have to YouTube that.
And
That's
I'm
gonna
just-
hurt.
Oh, I'm sure it stung.
I can't feel
Yeah,
pleasant.
I'm sure it stung. And then in 1907, John Wayne was born on this day in 1907. For all you folks that are Iowa folks, he was born in Iowa today in 1907.
John Wayne.
John Wayne, yep, the old actor, the old history guy. So look at that.
Nice.
Look at that. So yeah, those are today in history interesting things.
Very cool things.
Interesting, yeah. Like you said, today's a little kind of.
It's okay.
Yeah. Oh boy. Well, we are continuing with our theme of what today is. It's Paper Airplane Day. So we're also going to take a little challenge here to see which one of us can make a paper airplane better and fly further.
I
mean, yes.
I gave you a few just in case.
Just in case we
Okay.
fold badly.
So the paper here is on its way. I'm gonna make a paper airplane. Amy's gonna make a paper airplane, and we're gonna see whose paper airplane flies further. Now, the key to success of the paper airplane.
Don't watch my folding.
I'm watching your folding skill. I don't like it. I don't like it already. So I was a Boy Scout, and we didn't do paper airplanes. We did more of the pine wood derbies where you had to make a car out of it was like a little pine kit, and it was
Was it like the boxcar derby? Is that what you did? Okay, yeah.
So pine wood derby, boxcar derby, and my dad, who was this guy who loved engineering and loved doing.
course.
He's an attorney, but he loved all this engineering things and stuff. You had little nails that you put through the wheels, right?
Yep.
With the little nails that you put through the wheels, he put he had liquid graphite that you put on it.
Of course he did.
Exactly, right? So when you put this car on the hill,
Of course.
there was no friction because the graphite made it smoother.
Oh my gosh, that's
My
fantastic.
cars were ripping. My brother's cars were ripping down the course. So,
that's awesome.
so Dad, if you want to come in here and help me out with a paper airplane.
Brittany
and
said
see-
she's never made a paper
Oh
airplane.
my gosh, Brittany, you should get in on this as well.
You should make one.
You should absolutely
No,
get
it'll be
in
a
on
disgrace.
Part of me really just wants to crumple up a piece of paper
The
and throw
skill
it and
set.
say that was my paper
Yeah,
airplane.
just throw a piece of paper.
What is that?
Oh my gosh, my airplane is. It may not be the most beautiful thing, but watch it fly.
Okay.
All right, my paper airplane has been completed.
Oh, you're that kind of paper airplane guy.
What kind of paper airplane girl are
Don't
you?
look.
I can't change mine. It's
Okay,
done.
true. Touche.
Right? I mean,
Touche.
are you making a football that you kick?
No, mine's it's modeled after.
Yours is a stealth.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
It's a Black Widow.
I am going to do the little secret thing that take a little bit of for the air underneath it. A little air coming underneath it, a little hole in the back of it. I mean, look at that. Does that not look like a perfect model airplane? I don't think we have a listener left now because they just went and said, hey, I don't care about paper airplaning. I want to learn more about title.
And man, I thought this was the only way that people ever made paper airplanes.
No, that's a nice. I mean, that looks nice if you like paper airplanes.
Okay, so
Mhm.
how do we do this now?
So we're gonna just throw it into
Brittany,
what
watch
would
your
be
head.
what would be maybe the camera, and we can certainly judge by distance. You know,
Unless you
we'll
want to stand behind me and so the viewers can see who gets farther.
We can do that too.
Do that?
All right, we're gonna get off camera for just a second. Not that you'll miss us, but you'll still hear us. Standing relatively close together, and go ahead, you can stand there. So we'll throw our planes on the count of 3.
Okay.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Oh! Yours didn't even.
Mine
Get on the
I don't think mine even made the camera. There it goes. It caught the air. But Amy's obviously won. That was a rip, Aim. That was good. That was absolutely fantastic.
And it went all the way.
It did, and it probably would have gone further. That was pretty impressive.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good.
That's
All
what
right,
I did in
Amy.
5th grade, all day, every day.
Amy wins the challenge. We know who did better in school versus who made paper airplanes all day long.
And look, we're both working together.
Oh my gosh, that's great. Okay, we're gonna move on to fantastic next things of our motivation and inspiration. Excuse me. What do you got today, kid?
What happens when you hear the word no?
I think it immediately puts like a negative.
It's a
feeling,
negative thing, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, I'm gonna take just a couple minutes to talk about the reality behind no.
I like it.
Cool.
I'm all ears. Bring it.
All right, so there are a few instances in which the word no means never. If you ask for a raise, a promotion, or an opportunity to speak or write, chances are you have heard or will hear no at some point. And if you haven't heard no, you may not be advocating enough for what you want or deserve. When successful people hear the word no, they don't stop. Their reaction is not inaction, but rather to think about their next step. They don't allow that word to shut down possibility. They see opportunity in no. This is advice I am giving to you, while also trying to continue to teach myself. Because honestly, it's hard for me to hear the word no. But I am in the process of trying to retrain my brain. Here are a few ways we can respond to the word no and create opportunities for ourselves. First one is you should actually celebrate every no. If yes makes you happy and no makes you unhappy, you need to get off the yes-no emotional roller coaster. When you can look at no positively, you can see the value in it, celebrate it, and have fun. For most people, including me sometimes, seeing no as a good thing can be a challenge, but at least it should be seen as emotionally neutral. Don't go up and down all day long. It causes a lot of heartache. It can make us emotionally drained. Next one is no doesn't mean never. No means not yet. It's important to follow up with people after you've gotten a no, just as if it's like you've gotten no response at all. We shouldn't let those opportunities die. Instead, we should be persistent within reasonable bounds. How can you tell when you're being reasonable? It's a judgment call, but most of us just give up too soon. When we don't hear back immediately, we assume it's a no. We have a fear of looking pushy or aggressive. To avoid being perceived that way, we may not go back one time, let alone 2 or 3 times. But following up if you get no response is essential. It's important not to make decisions for people about what they're willing to do. And finally, every no is a chance to learn. No is a perfectly acceptable answer, but not necessarily the end of a conversation. Asking a follow-up question is never disrespectful and always a good idea. Maybe saying something like, I'm curious, why was it a no? It's important to find out as quickly and casually as possible what the no had to do with. Sometimes it might arise from some misunderstanding that you need to clear up. Other times the no will be final, but you may learn something, such as that you need to adjust a product or pricing or a pitch or target a different type of customer maybe. It's important to obtain this information. Within every no is the information needed to move forward. I fear no.
So great.
Yeah, I grew up, you know what I related to? Like when kids are trying to do something and there's your no, when you're yelling at a
Right.
puppy because
Constant. Mm-hmm.
it's chewing on a chair, it's no.
Right.
It's just, every time people hear the word no, I think because of our upbringing, it's a negative connotation because you're doing something wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And it's,
Yeah.
I even got a Britney on
Right.
there.
Right.
So it's actually trying to figure out the reasons behind the no, and to let that no not stand for a never. It's just a
Right.
it's just a pause. It's a timeout. It's a not right now kind of thing.
I-
So yeah.
That's so great, Ann. And I hope you took away from when we were at the summit, the It Cosmetics lady. And Made
I
Money
got her
Rose.
book the day before she even stopped
Yeah.
talking. I bought her book because
I mean, that I
she
mean,
is
just listen to that.
the definition of like resilience, of not giving up, of hearing no for years straight, and now
Well,
she's.
it crushes so many people, right?
Well, it's hard.
It is.
It's hard to hear it, and like I think it's because so much time you're in your upbringing.
Right.
No is always a bad thing because
Right.
you're doing something wrong.
You know, if you get no with maybe a follow up behind it, I think it would help a little bit with the blow. It's like, no, because I said so. That doesn't give you anything.
No,
No, I don't think you're ready. That gives you
That's-
a challenge.
that's a totally
Right?
different thing.
Exactly.
It's
It
you know
lessens
setting a
it.
goal for yourself to be able to say why was it a no and next time how could it be a yes.
Yeah, well done.
Thank you.
I really like that. That was really I think that's an impactful piece that people need to hear because I think a lot of people do hear no. That's very well said and well done. Good job.
And like
on that.
even when parents used to say because I said so, you know
Right.
what I mean?
We
Like
grew up with that.
why can't I?
Right.
Well, because I said
Exactly.
no because I said so.
And I often wondered if that is because they didn't really
know why they were saying
exactly. It was maybe just what they were taught.
no. Right.
You know, because
Right.
we are a product of our environment.
Right.
And you know, because their parents used to do it, like our parents do it, and now we do it. So
and I think it was just like in my family, like if you heard mom or dad say because I said so, it's like you were in trouble
was
when
it,
you got
right.
home.
That was
So
it.
like
It was
I never wanted to ask no. Didn't want to ask the why behind the no because that one time I did, it was like, oh, okay, well, just listen to mom and dad now. But
Great
anyway,
job,
so
Amy.
yes, keep training your brain to take no as around right now.
Make sure you
not
please show your shoes. I mean, Amy's shoes are killer today. I'm a huge fan of these shoes. I'm
Little
a
rose
shoe
gold
guy.
pink for you guys.
Nice job. Nice job. The shoes are great. That was a great no story.
Thank you,
nice job.
sir. Thank you.
So I wanted to, based on what we just came off of with our leadership summit, I wanted to kind of bring some team into this and really the talking about a team environment and what this is about. So there was a guy who lived with his three sons, dad and his three sons. His sons were very hard workers, but they constantly bickered and fought. Even though the man continuously tried to help his sons make peace with each other, he was never successful. In fact, their fighting got to a point where their neighbors would start making fun of them. Eventually, the father became super ill. He begged his sons to learn how to work together because of his impending death. But they just didn't listen. The father then decided to teach his sons a practical lesson to help them forget their differences and become united as a team. I found this to be really interesting. The father called his sons and said, I'm going to give you guys each an equal collection of sticks to break in half. Whoever breaks the sticks the fastest will be rewarded. So after agreeing to the task, the father gives his son 10 sticks, each son 10 sticks, and instructs them to break each stick in half. The task took the sons minutes to complete this. But once they were finished, they started to fight about who finished first. Of course they did, right? Then the father said, sons, the task isn't finished. Now I'm going to give each of you 10 more sticks. However, you must break the sticks in half as a bundle, not individually, as a bundle, rather than snapping them separately. His sons agreed and attempted to do what he said. They each tried their best, but no one could break that whole bundle in half. So they told their dad that they had failed. In response, the father said, see, it's easy to break the sticks in half individually, but you couldn't break all 10 of them at the same time. Similarly, if the three of you stand united as a team, nobody will be able to harm you. If you fight all the time individually, they're going to be able to defeat you. Come together united as a team. So this lesson helped the man's sons understand the power of being a team. And they promised the dad that moving forward, they would work together as a team no matter what the situation was. So this is what we try to talk about. This is something that is very important to me as the leader and owner of what is Inspired Title and Inspired Business. Being an effective member of a team helps contribute to the overall morale and motivation of that team. Strong teams are naturally aligned to work harder, support each other, and become cooperative with working toward a mutual goal. So true, so real, so much what we try to believe in. When you stand as an individual, you have diverse talents and strengths and weaknesses to contribute to the team. So staying focused on the task at hand rather than allowing personal disputes to get in the way will help you achieve and desire results. We talk so much about team. We use that word all the time. It's not about boss employee. It's not anything more than team and how we lead. Amy, being part of the leadership team, understands that we when somebody comes, when somebody talks on the phone, it's let me ask somebody else from the team to see if they can get an answer or help you. It's never a let me go to my boss and get an answer.
No.
People here know who the leaders are. People here know what the roles are, and I think that really makes it just easier and more comfortable. And we as leaders say, hey, we're part of this team. We can step in and help you. Let us get into
Be a
this
part of
with
it,
you, right? Because that's what the team is.
Right.
Whereas a boss goes figure it out. A boss leads from behind,
It's not my job.
right? You know, if you took a line of people, the boss is the guy behind going, go forward, turn left, turn right. A leader stands out in front and
Makes
moves
some
and
choices,
guides
yeah.
around. So there is a big difference between, boss and leader, and we try to exemplify
Yes.
that here. So that is my inspiration for today. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Amy, great job on yours as well. We're gonna wrap this thing up and get into our day and week. And again, to remind
Our
you
long
guys,
weekend?
look what we did this past week. We took some steps for the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation. We got some great pictures there. We got Carol, who is a Crohn's survivor. Tina, which is Christopher's wife, is a survivor as well, who deals with IBS. This walk was really cool, and I was really surprised with the turnout, even though the weather was what
Yeah.
it was. But it was a great opportunity to give back to a foundation that is obviously important to Christopher, important to me. Both of our wives having this in their lives, and it's a horrid disease, and I'm proud of the fact that Carol was able to battle it, and you want to see strength. I mean, look at Christopher's wife Tina and Carol and some of the things that they've kind of endured, and it's until you've had a backache, you don't know how hard it is.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
until you've
Yeah.
had an ankle sprain, you don't know what it's about. Like, everybody passes judgment. So the Inspired Business Group was excited to be part of that and give back to that. So we are moving into the summer. We got a couple golf outings coming up that we're going to be doing.
Summertime.
We've got one that we're doing. I'm going to just let you stand on this one.
Yes, we are officially going into that time where I'm going to be annoying everybody about the golf outing.
Yeah.
So it is the third annual golf outing to honor the life of, or to celebrate the life of Tim Garvin Jr.
JR.
Tim Garvin. I was trying to read and say it at the same
Amin
time.
Ali.
Which was, so yes, my cousin passed away. It'll be 3 years ago, July 24th, at the super young age of 31 years old. He was an avid golfer. He lived life to the fullest. He was a kid that had a smile on his face from morning till night, and only somewhat obnoxious when it came to playing softball games and watching the White Sox and Notre Dame games. But so what we're going to be doing is putting together a golf outing for him to honor and celebrate his life. So if you do not golf, you are still more than welcome to be involved in any way you want. We are always looking for volunteers. We're looking for donations for our raffles. We are looking. You can always come to just dinner with us and hang out and like I said, celebrate and honor his life.
It's going to be a little different this year because we're going to be actually doing it in the banquet room
Yes.
of the golf course. It's going to be held at Glenwoody Golf Course on July 24th.
Mm-hmm.
We are in the process now of getting out all the details and information, but
Yes.
as you see the pictures on the screen behind us, those were all the folks who were sponsors last year. We're looking for sponsors. We're looking for
Yes.
donations for the gift baskets and things. All this money, every penny, every single penny goes to the Miracle League Foundation of Joliet, which is Tim was a big advocate of that. He had sponsored
His godson.
His godson, yeah, and it's a great story. They're great people. We really befriended them last year, and they do a great job over there. So we're looking forward to doing it again with them. This outing, we're looking forward to doing anything that you guys can do to help round up some people, round up some sponsors, play some golf with us. It's a great day. Come on out and have some fun.
Yeah.
So stay tuned for more information
The
on that.
defending champs will be back.
Oh yes, I'm sure they will.
My cousin
I'm sure
will be
they
back with his same foursome, ready to
Oh,
take
yeah.
on next people.
Cheaters.
We have a winner.
What? is it that time already?
Dude, it's already been another month.
What is going on?
Dude, I
Stop the
seriously
world, I want to get off, Aim.
feel like I'm living in fast
Why?
forward all the time.
All right, so what happened last month was the winner, thankfully, was able to pay for it. Carol had won last month's win, and she went ahead and said, "I'm gonna just go ahead and give mine and to this month." So this is a double winner,
A double
a
whammy.
double winner. And how do you win, Aim? How do you become?
You have to comment, you have to share, then that means you have to watch, obviously.
You gotta watch.
So yes, so we will be doing a drawing for next month as well, so make sure you are,
Ask some questions. Put it out there. Get involved.
maybe
Get
we should
engaged.
start doing like, if you ask questions, you get a double name.
Yes.
Maybe we
I
should
like
do
it.
something like that.
Well, we're talking about a lot of new things coming up, so maybe we can talk about.
Yes, stay tuned, there are some super exciting things happening for Title Talk in the future.
We are absolutely going to talk to you guys a little bit more about that and stick around for what we're going to revamp and how that's going to look different. So we have a winner. Oh my gosh. It's just the anticipation is killing me.
Dana Davis.
Dana? No!
Dana!
Yay!
Woo!
Oh my gosh. Dana Davis, the winner. We are
You are the
excited.
winner.
Thank you. Dana is somebody who is near and dear to us, a big supporter of
Yes.
Inspired. It's the whole team. She is always interested in what we're having to do, the walks we're doing and the give backs and all that. Dana, thank you so much for
Thank you
being a
for
listener.
being a part of this.
That is absolutely outstanding.
Maybe we should make her be a guest one day.
We are going to have her on. That would be wonderful.
That
We
would be
should have
fun, right?
like a guest month of who won. Okay, all right. Maybe I'm getting crazy.
Get crazy! You're get crazy off camera so we
That's
can
the
talk.
idea. So let's get out of here, and let's do our wind down.
Yes, of course. So just a little snapshot of everything we've been doing this entire year. We've had a great year, and hopefully the next half of the year is going to be just as great. I know it will be. So just take a look at all the stuff that we've done so far this year. The Crohn's and colitis, the NOCC walks coming up, our blood donations, Feed My Starving Children, Homes for Heroes, Together We Cope.
We also touched on a couple that we don't know even what Kayla's going to bring.
Yes, I'm so excited to be able to
I'm sure
team
we're
up
going to
with
be
that.
partnering with her on some things.
Oh yeah.
There's we learned about this Nick's Kids, which is Nick Saban's foundation.
Yep.
We're going to take a look and see what we can do with that. There are so many things that are just like pulling. I'm feeling this pull toward some of these different opportunities, and I can't lose focus on the business and having to do the day to day, but these I'm hearing these loud voices about giving to some of these opportunities and charities, and I don't know why, I don't know what that pull and drive is, but I thank you guys for just believing in me and supporting this, because I think that there's some real good juju that comes from doing these things, and I'm so blessed.
And it's such a good
thankful.
feeling.
I'm
It's
just so thankful to
yeah.
do it, and if you guys want to be a part of that, if there's something that you guys want to be a part of or want us to sponsor or work on
Support,
with you
yep.
guys, let us know. We're out here. Just reach out. Give Brittany a quick call. We'll have a meeting around it and see what we can do with you guys. So
Absolutely.
all right, here we go. You got a quote to get out of
I
here?
do.
What do you got for today?
One of the happiest moments in life is when you find the courage to let go of what you can't change.
I think that is absolutely beautiful. I realize at a young age, thankfully, my grandfather had really instilled that in my head is look at what you can control and what you can't control, let it go. And I have worked, I think I heard that at 17 years old. I have worked for 30, 35 years of my life practicing that.
Yeah.
I have been able to do that on many occasions. It is probably one of the hardest things to do, but you take a moment and step back. And I don't have a quote because I'm just going to elaborate on yours and share a story that you can step back here and literally go, wait, all these things are obstacles right now. I can't do anything about that. Let it go. I can control it. I can do something here. I'm going to step into that. Put your energy where
your
you can
energies.
do this.
Yes.
I mean, Amy, really great job today with your inspiration.
Thank you,
and,
sir.
And really great job with that quote. Looking forward to bringing some of the excitement that we've gotten from this week to the team and then out to the community.
Yes.
and really start to, we're moving, we're making some changes within our organization. Inspired Business is growing. the economy is crazy. The economy is getting tough. We're running into some recessional times. We're going to talk some more about that in the upcoming weeks. You know, you got this tragedy that's going on down in Texas. We don't want to talk about that. We're going to talk about positive and stay in the focus of positive. The world has its own things going on. There's enough brokenness. That's why we have mental health folks in here like Kayla was. Guys, this is trauma. This is tough. Reach out. Talk to somebody. Nobody expects you to be able to deal with this stuff on your own. It's okay to not be okay. So until next week, my name is Drew.
And my name is Amy.
We are the Inspired Title Team. We thank you guys so much for joining us each and every week. We look forward to seeing you guys here again next week, and we are going to talk about some really great things, and stick around. So
One more mental health guest
absolutely.
next week.
Have a great Memorial Day weekend. We'll see you guys all next week. Take care, everybody.
Well, there you have it. That is it for this week's edition of Title Talk. Be sure to head over to our Inspired YouTube page and subscribe and like. And make sure you follow the team on Instagram and Facebook. Join us again next time for more tips and knowledge from the industry pros. Thanks again for listening.
Oh man. Wait, you guys, everyone can hear you.